Hey guys, Mike here from Lunch Money Comics. I recently heard about a brand new comic and collectible store near me. It's Has-Been Collectible Toys and Comics in Wilbraham, Massachusetts. I was out doing errands, had a little bit of time for my Lunch Money lunch break. Thought I'd stop in. I already peeked my head in, and this place is unbelievable. Let's go inside and check it out. Wow. This store has a lot to look at. Very cool. Here we have some comics in a case. Awesome. It's a good price for that book. Same there, wow. Wow. How's it going?
Hey, welcome to Has-Been.
You have good books and really good prices on them, to be honest.
I try to sell everything at a fair price, and everything's priced so you know what you're paying. You know how much it is.
Right.
No surprises at the register.
That's a great philosophy.
I also have a no haggle guarantee. That's why I kind of price things
Yeah.
they are.
Yep, I know some people like that. Wow, you have so much good stuff.
Well, thank you. Been open a little over 2 months.
2 months, wow.
I was a toy designer in another life.
Really?
I was the creative manager for G.I. Joe and Transformers.
All right, guys, I'm here with the owner, Rick, who I just met, and this is a brand new store in my area. Tell me about it.
Well, my name's Rick Alvarez. I own a frame shop, and my wife said, you should split your frame shop in half and have 2 stores with 1 rent. And I did that. So now 2 months in, and I couldn't be happier with how it's going. This is Has-Been Toys and Collectible. The name comes from, I used to be somebody. I used to be the creative manager at Hasbro for G.I. Joe and Transformers.
Get out of town.
And now I'm a has-been. These toys used to be new.
Wow.
Now they're has-beens. It's all about nostalgia.
Right, yeah.
I'm a big Transformers and G.I. Joe collector, and I love He-Man and comics. And this is just a way for me to get rid of extra stuff that's in the garage. And
this was all in your garage?
Like 80% of the stock here is just extra stuff I had in the garage. Now I have all these, I got all the Diamond and NECA and Super 7 accounts, and I'll bring in new stuff. But I'm starting off low budget. All the glass cases were from my basement,
right?
Too.
I'm going to show this to my wife so she can't give me a hard time about how my basement looks. So
we've been living in our house 8 years, and we have a 3-car garage. My wife has never parked her car in the garage. And I told her, look, I'm going to start a store, and in a year, maybe you can, take one of the docks.
Wow. Well, if we get more people in here, maybe we can make that a dream a reality. So I can't wait. I got to look at some of your books. I didn't come in here expecting really to buy much, but I've seen like 5 books already in the first minute that I'm dying to have.
I'm happy to take your money.
All right, I'm happy to give it to you.
Happy to take your money.
All right.
And you're going to show people what you buy if you buy anything.
Absolutely, absolutely, I am. So cool, guys. Let me look around a little bit more. It's amazing. Great to meet you, Rick.
All right, Mike. Thank you. First Prowler.
I was eyeing that. That's on my list.
Sold First Inhumanoids the other day.
First Inhumans, yeah.
First appearance of the Watcher.
Oh, that's a cool one. Yeah, this is actually in not bad shape at all. It's better than the one I have.
I mean,
Goodness.
that's the price if you want to buy it for that price. If not, then
Wow.
tell me if I should up it. But I'm hesitant.
I'll get yelled at by anyone who comes visits the store if I'm...
That's all right. If you
Can I see that Prowler while you're in there, actually?
I got first and second appearance of Prowler.
I'll take the first is I'm looking at. No one needs to see that.
Yeah, we'll fix it in
That's
post.
a drop. So you'll fix it in post.
fix it
Yeah.
in post.
Looking at this ASM, great gloss on it. First appearance of the Kingpin, famous storyline, famous cover. It's sort of the triple threat. There you go, Spider-Man No More. Famous panel that we saw in Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 2. Wow, Rick, this is a nice book, man. Are you kidding me? Goodness. This is a pretty high-grade first Prowler here. Look at the gloss. Not really many spine ticks. Check the back cover. Oh, it's got a tear on the back. Bummer.
You want to take it out? Go ahead.
I did.
First appearance of Jane.
First Jane Foster, second Thor. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a
200.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we have to open it up. I mean, if the staples are good.
Yeah, all the staples are good.
And then, oh, that's cool.
But $2.99. Am I wrong?
You're probably low on this one. Incredible Hulk is always sought after. There you go. First Eternity, $20. That's a good price.
Come in one day and just help me price it out.
I would love to. Yeah, that would be fun.
I got a bunch of Golden Age Batman and action and Kid Cobalt, Two Gun Kid.
Yeah.
A lot of cowboy stuff. Phantom, lots of Shazam.
Let's see. Wow. See, this is dangerous for me because I've decided to try to spend less money for a couple months leading up to like Terrificon and stuff, and these aren't the places that help when you're trying to save some money. So Rick got a collection in that he hasn't priced out yet, and he's pulling out just like awesome books out of here.
Golden Age, Golden Age,
Come on.
Golden Age, Golden Age.
And I've noticed you have almost exclusively golden and silver and only a little bit of bronze. There's no modern really in
Golden,
here, so to speak.
Silver.
So a few moments ago, you heard Rick ask me if I'd be willing to come back sometime and help him price out some comics he hadn't had a chance to go through yet. To which I replied, hey, there's no time like the present. I'm here now. Let me take a look. I was not prepared for what I was signing up for. He started pulling out box after box of comic books, all different publishers and eras. Most were not bagged and boarded. And as you're about to see, we found a ton of amazing comic books. You 10-cent Batman in here?
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Man, I'm so pissed I can't find that poster salad.
Maybe it's in here. Really wish I had my camera mount. I was not counting on this. This was just a quick random stop. So I'm going through all these for Rick here. We found a ton of old, not only 12-cent, but 10-cent DC. Look at this whole box. I haven't even gone through it all. It's pretty nuts. So yeah, this is the first appearance of the bizarre, terrible trio, the Fox, Shark, and Vulture. I've never seen this before. Cool key issue.
$50 out the door.
There you go. All right, this one's definitely a key issue, a 10-cent Action Comics. Pretty awesome. All right, we just found this one. This is the first time Barry Allen appears in the Flash title. Also, first appearance of Mirror Master here. That's a big book, Rick.
With the others.
Just throw it in the box with the others? Wow. That's pretty cool. This is first Flash and Kid Flash team up right there. That's a pretty cool book. All right, guys, we even have early Justice League here, like really early, low numbers, and we got Superboy, we got suspense stories, barely scratched the surface here. Jimmy Olsen. Yeah, I barely touched this pile. I might be here for a while. Secrets. Oh, that's the first Bizarro World. I saw this recently. Yeah, first Bizarro World.
Yeah.
It's a cool book. First Streaky the Super Cat. Supergirl's cat. There you go.
What are the chances of that being in the movie with James Gunn?
It could be. Who knows? I've never seen this before. Mr. District Attorney. Number 66, I think.
The fact that they got to 66 at least.
I know. And I don't even understand. I don't want to know what's going on to this at all.
Anthropomorphic.
They have masks on, of course.
They're masks.
They're
yes.
masks. They're
But
masks. Yeah.
underneath the mask, it's a bird.
Right. Exactly. I think it's just they're furry attorneys, I guess.
I'm just a unfrozen caveman boy.
Yes. So we found it. Here's the first Fortress of Solitude. It's got some water staining, but
That's not water.
no. Okay. Cool. That's neat. 10 cents. That's cool. All right, so we have a Tales of Astonished 43, some early Ant-Man. I thought it was in great shape. We got a piece of tape on it, but it's still pretty nice. It's not bagged or boarded.
That's why I didn't.
Yeah, at least has to be in a board. Oh, that's cool. Oh man, that's amazing. So, yeah, so this is a bummer because this is a pretty cool comic book with Archie and Frankenstein, except it's just the cover. So he's got a lot of coverless in here. I'm sure you'll find it. You can frame it. It's cool looking.
Yeah, I frame stuff too.
Yeah, you're right. You have a frame shop over there.
Yeah, spend money there too.
There you go. That's pretty cool. The Wolfman and Frankenstein. This is too bad. This is drawn on. Someone drew the scars on. He wasn't dead enough looking. So
Right.
Some kid. First Magnus Robot Fighter 4000 AD. Cool. All right, so we have.
I feel like you're mad at me.
No,
I feel
come
like
on.
somehow like I didn't realize there was an Iron Man first appearance in there.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of like.
You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, so he got some pretty insane stuff out of this collection. Besides this that we haven't seen, right? This is one of the most famous homage covers ever, right here. Wow. Cool. All right, so I helped Rick go through that whole new collection and price some stuff out for him. So that's just the tip of the iceberg. What you have in this store, man. Unreal. And you're getting stuff in all the time, right?
I'm always looking for stuff. Always looking to trade in, buy stuff.
Yeah, right when I thought I was leaving, I found one of my favorite covers of all time, Mysterio. Huh. There's drawers down here. Casual first Adam Warlock down here. Nothing, no price or anything. This is crazy. This is crazy. Look at that. Wow. Come on.
I just thought these were cool and.
You actually frame
they're
comic
not key
books.
Issues,
No, but
I just it's a piece of
Yeah.
art that you can put on your wall.
yeah. And Rick was just telling me someone came in and had him frame a Hulk #1 in like really high grade.
If you
Nuts.
live a little closer,
This is the stuff I'm interested in here.
here you go. These are
See if I can
all
get a
real
pretty good
Legos.
deal from Rick.
Do not sell any bootleg. $31.99.
All right. Wow, what an amazing store. What a great guy, Rick. He's a riot. We had a great time hanging out. I helped him price out a whole bunch of new books that he got in. And honestly, guys, most of the books he had there, he priced really, really low. An awesome place. I can't wait to come back. Absolutely. And the books I got and the price he gave them to me for, pretty special. Let's go home. I'll show you guys exactly what I got. Yep, Mike is going to give away another local honey hole. That has been Collectible Toys and Comic Books in Wilbraham, Massachusetts. And as you heard in the footage, it's pretty much brand new. It's only a couple months old. I saw it advertised on Facebook. It had a couple of pictures of, yes, of course, toys, but a little bit of comic books. Not even like really great comic books, but a pretty interesting wall of them. And my first thought was, where is this store? I drive down this road all the time. I've never noticed a collectible and toy store, never mind comic books. So I happened to be in the area doing some errands, decided to drop in, and I was a little confused because it looked like a frame store. As you saw, half of the place is a frame store. I walked in, it was pretty quiet. I started filming, and I was amazed by the eye candy of vintage toys in there. And then I was even more amazed by all the Silver Age books. And then finally, I was shocked to see how low and competitively priced these books were. So I was filming, I hear a voice call out from the frame side of the store, And that's when I put down my phone and I met Rick, and we started talking. He told me about the store. He started telling me his story about how he worked at Hasbro. And it was at that point I introduced myself and I said, listen, I do a show called Lunch Money Comics. You have a fantastic story in a beautiful store. Do you want to do an interview? And he said, absolutely yes. So I wanted you all to hear his great story. He was an incredibly nice, personable guy, super funny. I actually feel bad. I mentioned I got a new phone recently. I've been having issues filming, so I actually lost a lot of footage, including some of him being an absolute riot. But guys, he was just a really great guy. We had a really fun time just talking. There's no one else in the store for most of the time I was there. But then we started talking about all the amazing comic books because he had an incredible collection of, at first blush, mostly Silver Age Marvel books. And he told me, he's like, honestly, I got in all this stuff. I haven't had time to price it all. I haven't priced any of the DC stuff. And I just went on eBay sold prices and picked the lowest numbers. That's what he pretty much did. And he does know his comic books. I want to be clear. It's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just trying to be competitive and get some excitement and get some people in there. But he did say he had a ton of books he didn't have time to price. And, maybe would I be willing to come back and help him sometime? Since evidently I know what I'm talking about in some cases. And I said, sure. How about right now? He said if I helped him price those books, he'd actually give me a discount on anything I got in this day. And he's not a guy who's into haggling. He prices them low for a reason, but he said he'd give me a discount. How could I say no, guys? And then he started pulling up these boxes of mostly DC books, 10 cent and 12 centers. I was amazed. Some of them were loose. A lot of them did not have boards. The ones that were in bags, they were sticky. And you saw how many amazing books I got. Guys, this is difficult. I didn't expect to do this. This was impromptu. I didn't have my, phone harness. So I had to kind of film the books that were good, put my phone down, look them up. And I kept finding amazing books that I wanted to show you guys. And you saw what was in there. First, Bizarro World. First, Superman's, Fortress of Solitude. First, Barry Allen in the Flash title. Big books, guys. I couldn't believe what I was finding, and that's just the footage I showed you. There was so much more that I didn't have a chance to go through. Even when I was kind of pricing them out and giving him a range of $50 to $100, he always put the lowest price. It was unbelievable. So we had a great time. Hour and a half, 2 hours I spent with him going through all these books, and I gotta tell you guys, I have some plans to meet up with him in the future to do a little bit more pricing. I'll talk about that at the end, but of course, I had to get some books myself. Again, not being in this to make a buck, guys. I didn't want to get a lot. I wanted to leave a lot of books for all of his, hopefully, new customers. So let me show you what I got. Before I do, you know the drill. If you like this sort of stuff and you want to support the channel, head on down, hit that like button. Follow me on Instagram at Lunch Money Comics IG. Let me show you what I got. The first two books are actually not for me at all, and they're strange ones. We have The Adventures of Bob Hope, number 60 and number 62. Now, I got these because I know someone who loves this series because of the artist who worked on them. An artist named Owen Fitzgerald. Now, not only was he an acclaimed comic book and comic strip artist, he actually got his start at Disney Studios, doing Disney animation, moved on to comic books, and he worked on a lot of comic titles that featured real-life people like Bob Hope, Jerry Lewis, and some not real people like Dennis the Menace. And he had a very, very long, highly acclaimed career. And I know someone who loves him, and that person is another comic book artist himself, Michael Dooney, real-life Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles artist. I featured him on a couple of my videos in the past. He's another guy who lives out here in Western Mass. He told me he loves Fitzgerald. I told him last year I would be on the hunt for them. I've never found any this early. These are from 1959 and 1960. But yeah, I got these for Michael Dooney. And when I told Rick who they were for, he's like, give them to him for free. Tell him it's from me. So Mr. Dooney, at some point soon, if you're watching this, I'll have to meet up with you maybe at His and Hers Comics in Greenfield to give you these books ASAP. Really cool on behalf of Rick. So that's pretty fun, guys. But the three books I have right here are for me. Let's start with this one. This is a cool book. This is Green Lantern number 21 from 1963, written by John Broome, art by Gil Kane and Murphy Anderson. And this is the first origin and appearance of Dr. Polaris, a character with magnetic powers similar to Magneto. And the reason I got this book is because I first laid eyes on it about a year and a half ago at a comic show and immediately fell in love with it. I love these older Green Lanterns, guys. I love the green trade dress. I love the orange background. It just really pops. I really like the magnetic field lines around Hal Jordan, the ferrous material being sucked up towards him. I just absolutely love this book, and I thought it was almost a steal when I got it a year and a half ago at $80. I ended up passing on it, but I thought it was a great deal. And here we have Rick selling it for $24.99. When you find a store like this, guys, yeah, you're excited for the prices, but you also get a little bit of a pit in your stomach when you see how many books you paid 3, 4, 5 times as much for. I was very happy to get this book for, $25. There is one color break on it that's very light, but it's still in excellent condition. But I will tell you, I paid less for this than that. I'll tell you what I paid for everything at the end. Like I said, he gave me a deal for helping him out. The last two books are Amazing Spider-Man books. You saw what was in that store, what was in the case for Amazing Spider-Man. The original collection he got was because there was early ASM in there. There was the first Doc Ock, there was the first Lizard, and you saw a lot of the other books that he put in that case. I got to tell you guys, that Amazing Spider-Man 50 looked incredible. That was a book that really told me, hey man, you're a little low. Someone could easily go in and grab that book and sell it for hundreds of dollars more. It's okay. He took my advice on some things, but mostly he was happy to leave them low. But the Amazing Spider-Man books were awesome, guys. Again, I'm not made out of money. Even if I was, I wouldn't have bought them all. But gosh darn it, there's a couple I wanted. And this is one of them. This has been on my list for a long time. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 67 from 1968, written by Stan Lee, art, of course, by John Romita Sr. This isn't really a key issue. It's just an amazing Romita cover of Spider-Man going up against one of my absolute favorite rogues galleries of his, and that is Mysterio. Mysterio is my favorite Spider-Man villain. This is a fantastic cover. I've wanted a while of his giant gauntleted hands grabbing Spider-Man. I don't think they're actually big. It's an illusion most likely. I've wanted this book for a while. It's really in great condition, and he had it priced at $29.99. Guys, it's worth more than that. It absolutely is. So I grabbed this book. Right at the tail end, I saw it, had to have it. But that has nothing on the last book I got. You saw it in the footage. I said recently I've been trying to collect the first appearances of Spider-Man's Rogue Gallery, starting with the smaller ones because they're cheaper. And this is one I've been eyeing for a long time. This is the Amazing Spider-Man number 78 from 1969. Once again, Stan Lee and John Romita Sr. And this, of course, is the first appearance of the Prowler. Now, this is the Hobie Brown version of the Prowler, who is a bad guy, yeah, but ends up being kind of like an anti-hero type hero character. Most people know who the Prowler is nowadays because he appeared in the Into the Spider-Verse movies. In fact, he's a major bad guy, villain of the Miles Morales Spider-Man because it's actually his uncle, Aaron Davis, who has appeared in a couple of movies, but this is the Hobie Brown version. It is the first Prowler. There's been a lot of characters, with the Prowler moniker and suit. Now, a couple interesting things about the Prowler is originally thought up, at least the name and the concept, by a 13-year-old John Romita Jr. Yeah, JR actually thought of this, and Stan Lee really liked the name, the Prowler, but he didn't really like the design that much, so John Romita Jr.'s father, Sr., redesigned the character using one of his concepts, I think for a character named the Stalker, and the Prowler was born. So I was like that. It was kind of like a father and son collaboration to make this character. Fun little footnote in Marvel comic book history, guys. And you saw this is in fantastic shape. I can't believe the condition of this book. There is that one little kind of fold on the back cover. I actually was able to unfold it. It's really only a very small tear. You can barely see it now. So again, I'll tell you what I paid in a second, but looking at this book, I thought, it was probably like a $100 book in the condition. Again, at the time, seeing that tear in the back, I wasn't so sure. So now let me tell you what I paid for all of these. The two Bob Hopes, like I said, once I told him the story and who they were for, he put them down on the counter and said, just give them to Michael Duty. Then he looked at this book right here. He looked at it for a split second, and then he said, this is a thank you for helping me. And he put it down on the counter. Yeah, he actually gave that book to me. How crazy is that? And then he grabbed these two books here and said, what do you want to do with these books? Almost exasperated, right? But like I said, although I thought this book here was priced maybe a little high, this one was conversely priced a little low. I thought, if you average them out, they were worth what he had them priced at. I thought they were worth about $150. And he said, well, yeah, I told you I'd give you a deal, though, for helping me. What would be a good deal on those? And I said, $100 would be a great deal. And he said, sure. He agreed to $100 for these two books. I was blown away. I thought that was a fantastic price. And then he said, cash or charge? Because if you're using a credit card, I have to charge you tax. And I said, oh, well, then I'll pay you cash. So I went to my wallet and I realized I was short. Yeah, I said, Rick, sorry, man, I'm a little short. I don't have enough to cover you in cash. I'll have to pay my card after all. He said, well, how much cash do you have? And I took the wad of cash out of my wallet. I said, I have $89. He snatched the money out of my hand, took the comic books, dropped them on the table, and he said, you're coming back soon, right? I said, absolutely I am. Yeah, Rick sold these three books to me for $89. Obviously, an incredible deal. Guys, he was a really wonderful guy. We hit it off immediately. And although, I think he gave me a good deal because I'm a nice guy, because I helped him. I hope it's not because I'm just a YouTuber and mentioning on his channel. But guys, honestly, I watched how he interacted with other people who came in, other kids that came in. He's just an incredibly nice person. You need to get a feeling for someone when you meet them. I immediately had just the best feeling for this guy. He's an awesome person, very generous. I was blown away that he gave me this great deal. And here's the thing. I've already made plans to go over there and help him price more comic books. And as a matter of fact, I'm going over tomorrow. I'm bringing over a 6-pack, and I'm going to help him price all of his X-Men books. And unlike the DC books, guys, I don't need my phone to look those up. I can price those in my sleep. So I'm pretty excited to go over there and help him out and just hang out. Yeah, and here's the thing, guys. I know I'm sort of, giving away a honey hole and I'm, saying the prices are too low. But here's the thing. For me, it's not really about the comic books. I say it all the time, guys. For me, it's the hobby. I am excited about the books. I'm more excited to have a new comic book store right down the street from me. I'm excited to have a new contact in Rick and maybe especially a new friend. He seems like a great guy. I'm sure I'll be there a lot, and there's going to be a lot more videos of Rick and this store in future Lunch Money Comics videos, guys. That's what it's all about. That's why I only got these 3 books. I didn't buy out the place, of course not. I want some of you to go there and experience it for yourself. So if you're in New England, guys, absolutely go check out Has Been Collectible Toys and Comics. I keep screwing that name up. In Wilbraham, Massachusetts. It's a fantastic store, guys. I can't wait to see other people discover this great place. And hey, let me know down in the comments if you think I did the right thing. I'm sure there's some New Englanders cursing at me right now. Why did you tell him his prices were too low? I don't think he's going to price them up, guys. Trust me, he was pricing everything really low. So that is it, guys. Let me know what you think of everything down in the comments. I can't wait to hear what you think about it. And that's it. In the meantime, keep hunting for comic books in strange and unusual places, especially your local comic book stores and toy collectible stores, guys. Always support them when you can, especially if they're new to the scene. They could always use the help getting the word out there. Hopefully I'm doing that for Rick. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.